Girls, what is the one thing a guy can do that will melt your heart? Submitted by RockieRockie. Give me a genuine compliment, and remember things I told him this year. My husband makes the cutest face whenever he's focusing intently on something. Big fan, haha. Just hug me when I'm not feeling like talking. When I look over and I find him looking at me, with a very soft look on his face. Yeah, that. When he passionately talks about the things he really like and wants you to get involved in it too. And listen to him as you're off, so cute. Being genuinely kind and having emotional intelligence. My fiancé moved 3 hours away for school. One day, when he came to visit his family, he told me, "You should take your parents next time you visit me. I miss them this year." I started crying in front of his family. My parents mean the world to me, so it melted my heart when he expressed that my parents mean a lot to him too. Brush my hair out of my face. Acknowledge my existence. The real answer that no girl is going to tell you: feed when hungry. When my husband plays with my nieces and nephews, board games, basketball, swinging them on swings, it doesn't matter. When he is genuinely showing these little children affection, I'm a puddle of melted heart. Forehead kisses. Watching them play with kids or animals just take my heart already. Remembering really specific details about things you've told them, cause then it means they really are invested in you. Kindness. What can I say? I have a sweet spot for sweet men. Changing the bed sheets without me asking. Cup my face while we make out. Cute dick pics with a hat on. My so never fails to melt my heart when he goes on these nerdy rants about something. What can I say? I like nerds, and this one in particular. When they do something out of the ordinary or character. For example, L once dated a manly man where sharing feelings, affection or acting vulnerable is a no-no. We weren't in the best of terms one time. He asked me to come over and insisted I'll sit next to his bathroom monsieur. He got on his knees with a ripped, torn and crinkled notepad scribbled with words. It looked like he slept with that notebook for days. He mumbled a heartfelt letter to me L assumed he memorized. He kept forgetting and looking back at the notebook every few seconds to remember what he wrote. But came out more awkward that L started feeling tortured for him monsieur. He started sweating and shaking as he held my hand. Finally he just looked at me with puppy eyes hoping I'll get it. I did him a favor and asked him to let me read his crinkled up notebook. The setup looked funny, and his delivery disastrous, but his genuine intent melted my heart right there. Someone willing to make an effort to embrace that much discomfort for me. Circumstances broke us up, but he was one person I'll regret letting go too soon. I hope he found someone who rocks his world. Pay attention to what they like. If she gets a specific coffee every day, memorize her order and surprise her with that order. If there's something that really stresses her out, like the copy machine doesn't work right and she hates to use it, offer to do it for her to relieve some stress. If she mentioned wanting to go see an art exhibit but she can't afford it, buy tickets and casually say you have an extra one. If she likes a specific kind of snack, always have some handy. Offer to be a handyman if she talks about struggling with home repair. Basically, just learn who she is and what she likes, doesn't like. This could seem stalkerish, so just don't overdo it. Good scotch. His actions matching his words. Sounds basic, but imagine a man saying always being there for you and actually is. A man saying he wants to give you the world and actually tries. A man that says he's faithful and actually is. Make you laugh while showing no emotion. Him being completely sweet to my niece and nephew. He's not used to kids really, and he has so much patience with them this year. Ask Are you an angel? And say that the deep space pilots talk about them and say they're the most beautiful creatures in the universe. Call me. Yesterday my boyfriend made me breakfast and produced to me a bouquet of bacon. When they are sweet to babies or animals, tell you that they don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. Not like here. Here everything is soft and smooth. Putting serious in threads like this. Seriously. I want to make my girl's day one day. Just by surprise, ya know? Stuff like this can help. Be chivalrous and kind, not just for men. Closing parenthesis. The dishes. My fiancé is adamant that girls don't fart. He says that they glows. If I fart loudly, he will say, "Oh my, I have just been blinded by a bright blue light." He frequently changes the color of the glow, and if anyone mentions me farting or anything, he will say, "You, Mves doesn't fart, she glows." I don't know why, but it melts my heart and makes me blush every time. Most of these replies seems to be from people who are already in a relationship saying something about someone they're already in love with. That's cute and all, but I guess I was expecting something else. Listen. When they rant about history and talk about weapons from the past, I don't know why, but when guys start saying, in 1938 when Austria was annexed, it's like a fountain down there. Helping out around the house without being asked. I'm a sucker for not having to take the trash out every time. When he puts his two hands either side of my face and deeply kisses me before giving my forehead a tender kiss, and then nuzzles my forehead with his and just staying like that for a few seconds before pulling away and smiling at me all cute. Be a decent human. Low standard. I know, but that's how it is. You get happy when a man is acting like a decent human because every other had to harass you or be rude in other ways. My heart's been broken too many times. The ice doesn't melt anymore. Sorry, Charlie. I could say something like acid or an oven, but I think a well-timed hug will do the trick. Exist. Get me a kitten. Too many. So I'll list a few. TL, drive. I love my BF. Greater than after a long day at work. He'll plop down in front of me, hug me, and nuzzle his face into me. Sometimes he'll tell me about his day. Sometimes he just says he loves me over and over. Greater than he cuddles up to me, lays his head on my chest, and falls asleep clinging onto me. Movies, lounging, bedtime, times like that. Greater than sometimes I'll notice his not so subtle glances. Instead of playing it off, he just smiles. Greater than he holds my hand. A lot. It started as something he did whenever we went driving somewhere. But sometimes he just reaches his hand out to me when we're home and wants to hold my hand. I consider myself incredibly lucky. I feel like most of these only apply if the girl is already interested in the guy. My school friend used to save lots of cute pictures of kittens, otters, hedgehogs, puppies, etc. on his phone. Not because he liked them in particular. He saved them exclusively for me. If he noticed I had a bad day, I would come home to a dozen adorable pictures of my favorite animals. I have cried more than once because of how incredibly sweet that is. Burn my heart in acid or something. Ritual of ULTH Mulkai. They'd need some menstrual blood, hair, and something that has touched your heart. Generally a favorite childhood toy works. Of course the heart melting would only work if the lady in question did not maintain sufficient wards and charms to deflect the spell. When he's driving, he holds and kisses my hand. I love that so much. Holy shit. Look at those responses. It's almost like all women are independent beings that you have to get to know if you want to. Press theme this year. Why? WHHHYYYYYY. WHYYYYYYY https i.imager.com/hcbhhtp.jpg. Finally a post I can just sit back and read the comments to, since I have nothing to offer on the topic. My boyfriend will sing to me when he thinks I'm asleep, and I think it's the cutest thing in the world. Waking up in the middle of the night and feeling his arm hugging me. Extra cute if he fell asleep in a different position. I like this one guy and we are in the same class. We are 2 seats apart and he's aware that I like him this year. There are times where I would catch that soft look on his face and sometimes our eyes would lock. And then we'd look away shyly. My heart didn't melt, it literally exploded. Sharp wit. Gets me every time. My late fiancé never missed a beat on offhand, off-color comebacks and I loved it. Right now, this guy the first I'm seeing keeps pointing out my odd behaviors and saying they are really adorable. But words of affirmation is one of my love languages. Don't mind me. I'm just sitting here taking notes for melting my crush's heart smiley face. The 2 things that made me realize I love my boyfriend more than I've ever loved anyone before are: 1. Him genuinely enjoying himself while trying fun, weird stuff that I like, and 2. Him loving unconditionally the aspects of me that I've struggled to love. Both make me feel seen for who I actually am and I don't have to put up any sort of act at all. Around him this year it's so freeing and I love him for allowing me to feel at ease in that way. You need a baby for this one. I've been with my husband for 11 years now, and we just had a baby. His playful interactions with our kid melt my heart. I overheard him changing a diaper yesterday. It's the baby rocket, coming in for landing. Nay, plunk. Places baby on the change table, baby giggles. Sending in the hazmat team for waste removal. Quote, changes diaper. He kept going, but you get the idea. My husband always has a small snack for me in his pocket, like dried mangoes or a granola bar in case I get hangry. Not a girl, but I say a lighter is a good option. Pay off my crushing student loan debt. When they get honest with me. Show me a girl, cause he knows I'm gat AF. Don't be me, girls hate me, sad face. Have a cute smile. Once had a huge crush on a guy who was the definition of resting angry face. But if you caught him laughing, he had the biggest, goofiest, lopsided smile. I'd have married that man if he asked.